These racist Latina hoes are losing their minds.
You piece of trash. You monkey in the car.
You piece of trash. You monkey in the car.
I'm not surprised, man, because that's how they really feel about you. And remember this, black people. The Spanish word for monkey is mono. And for a female, it's mona. M-O-N-A. And for a male, it's mono. M-O-N-O. Remember, that's the word for monkey in Spanish. Mono for boys and mona for girls.
From the matter is, a lot of non-black Latinas act this exact same way that Erica Mena was acting on this episode, and it's honestly really sad. As an Afro-Latina, I've had a front row seat to this exact same style of behavior, like constantly growing up. I actually remember this one very specific incident where I was hanging out with a friend who was obviously like light skinned, like me and her did not look alike at all. The only thing that we had that was relatable was that we were both Dominican. And we were hanging out and we were at a happy hour and, you know, we were kind of like both complaining about work and our coworkers and stuff. And this girl really had the nerve to look me in my face and tell me that she felt as though, oh, you know, I just feel like black women are like always jealous of me. Like they always have a problem with me at work. And in this moment, one, I remember just feeling like, does she not see the person that's sitting across from her at the table? And for two, like, what? Like I feel like a lot of people in the Latin community really grow up with this sense of like entitlement, for lack of a better word. Like they just feel that they are always better than, because the fact was she was always beefing with somebody at work, but when it was someone who was black, the problem was that they were black, you know? And I just remember feeling like so disgusted after she made that comment, and I definitely called her out on it. I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I need you to elaborate on that, because that doesn't actually really make any sense. Like, for you to like completely like just like generalize an entire group of people and think that they are inherently jealous of you is wild. And you learned that from your parents. So when I saw this episode of Erica Mena calling Spice a blue monkey and making monkey noises at her, I was not surprised, because this is what they do. This is literally what they do. And it's just even more wild that she is literally sitting on a show that has been produced and directed by a black woman, calling black women monkeys. It's just preposterous, to say the least. And I really feel like a lot of y'all need to do better, because a lot of people are sitting in these comments like, oh my God, I can't believe she would say that. But when you're with your family and when you're with your friends, you make comments like this too. Because like in the example that I just gave, this person was incredibly comfortable with me and let their guard down and showed their true colors in telling me that they think black women are jealous of them because they weren't really viewing me as black because we're both Latina. They really think this way for real.
The Erica Mena situation is a perfect example of the fact that a lot of Latina women enjoy black people but don't with black people. Now listen, I'm not saying all, because people will get in their feelings and then try to purposely miss the whole point of what I'm about to say. What I'm saying is that it is crazy to me that now people are like, oh, what's the big deal with, you know, not everything's about race, or, you know, that what she said isn't racist and da-da-da, when literally being called monkeys was used in order to dehumanize black people, to see them as animals, as more animalistic, so that it would be easier to sell them in the slave trade and easier to do the crazy corrupt things that were done to black people during slavery. And being called monkeys has had a history of being entirely racist. But all of a sudden, I literally was seeing people try to justify a non-black Hispanic woman sitting on television making monkey noises while calling a dark-skinned black woman a monkey. That is what y'all want to defend on Beyonce and Rihanna's internet? That's the hill that we're dying on today? Like, and then, you know what really is even more so crazier to me when this conversation happens, because this conversation comes up so often and it's the same thing, the same revolving door. Oh, you know, we're not racist. We, you know, I have my boyfriend, my friend, my kids. All the while, you're not teaching your kids about blackness because you have anti-black views and you have inherently racist ideologies, but you feel as though just because you have procreated with black people, aka you like to fuck black people, that you fuck with black people, but you don't talk about black issues, you don't care about black issues. Black issues are not something that will ever be a concern to you because you don't experience it, so therefore you don't care. And it be the same Latina women where I feel like, honestly, because everyone always calls out, like, you know, the white girls, like white people in general. White people be getting called out left and right. The non-black people of color are able to, a lot of y'all, fly under the radar on all of these apps all the time. I swear y'all be flying right under the radar. Because my thing is, it be these same people that think like that will sit there and gaslight you for being like, oh, this is racist. The same people that think like that want to say the N-word more than any black people that I know, especially up in New York. The N-word comes out of their mouth every other word. But then when it comes to black issues, it's, oh my God, not everything has to be about race. Like, I don't want to talk about that. Like, that's, it's, no. That, I don't care how mad you ever get. If you resort to throwing out racial slurs because you're mad, then you've been felt like that. Do I agree with Spice or whatever? I don't even watch that show, but do I agree with what happened with Spice and what she was saying? No, I feel like she came into the situation already hostile, already had an attitude, and she was poking, she was poking a bear, whatever. That being said, your resort is to be racist in order to... Throwing low blows does not include being racist. You can throw low blows without being racist. Like, please be for real. Apparently, that's not even the first time that she's said or referred to black people as monkeys. And then what be killing me is these same people, like, y'all be having all the black friends in the world, all the black exes, like I said, half black kids, everything. But your ideologies, the way that you actually think about black people and especially black women is disgusting. It's disgusting, and people keep letting y'all slide time and time again, and that's why we have situations like this, and that's why we will continue to have this dialogue. We're gonna be talking about the same thing in the next 3 to 4 months because somebody else will fuck around and say something racist. Okay, anyway, I'll see you guys talk about the same shit in 3 months because we'll be back here in like 3 months.
Sister Erica, I hope you find it within your heart, if you consider yourself a woman. Once you regain your composure, you need to find that sister and you owe her an apology. You owe her a sincere, heartfelt apology. Whether she accepts it or not is another story, but you had no right. You had no right to call a black woman a monkey. I'm sure you wouldn't approve of white people calling you a monkey to your face.
I cannot believe the amount of black women that I have seen come on Beyonce internet defending this lady for calling Spice a blue monkey. Like, it's one thing to say a racial slur and then not know what you're saying, but Erica knows exactly what she's saying. Like, she's literally a repeat offender. So that leads me to believe that she knows exactly what she's doing.
You see, so it is not her first time calling black people a monkey. She even called them gorillas and stuff like that. So that shows you that she's racist. Like I've told you before in another video before, a Puerto Rican girl said she was dating a black guy. He used to come to visit her in her neighborhood. And when he leave, the Puerto Rican guys will go to her and say, why you bringing that gorilla around here? Stop bringing that gorilla around here on our block. They was talking about the black guy behind his back.
Like, if someone has to do an article about you and have a whole section about your past racist behavior, something is wrong. This article is from Support Online Hip Hop, and it details her very extensive history of being racist. Let's start with this tweet right here, going all the way back to 2014, where she's talking about the comedian Tony Rock, and she says, hashtag, this monkey is a fool. Then you got this tweet also from 2014, where she asked Lil Duval, and she says, man, I already know it's going to be so much fun when I slap the blood out your little monkey ass. What? She even came for Johnny Blaze, like saying, still monkey mad. And then somebody even agreed with her saying, Erica Mena is right. She does look like a monkey. Laughing my butt off. Like 1-800 Animal Control. Y'all are out of control. Like the side by side is crazy. And all this, Erica is feeding into it, calling Johnny Blaze a monkey, saying that she looks like a monkey. Then in 2015, Erica had gotten into it with a club promoter in Cleveland, and she was seen saying, I don't like working with these black monkeys. I don't usually do business with these black monkeys. Like, mind you, all this is on video too. If you look up the video now, it'll say video unavailable, because I guess whoever recorded it and posted it had deleted it. But if you look up articles about this incident, it'll have the video underneath, but it will just say video unavailable because they deleted it. But this very much happened, okay? Then you have this video posted by, just in case you missed it, on YouTube, of Erica calling children nappy-headed children. Mind you, again, this is not a black woman, okay? I can keep going with all the racial stuff that this woman has said, so I'm about to play the video next.
Yo, stop asking me about my kid. I don't be asking y'all about y'all fucking little nappy-headed children.
And for all the people saying, oh, I didn't think that this was that bad, I didn't know monkey was a slur. Y'all had an issue with this. Y'all also had an issue with this. And y'all had an issue with this. But y'all didn't know that this,
You monkey! You little monkey!
was an issue. Like, yes, Spice brought up her children, but Erica is a repeat offender when it comes to calling black women and black people in general racial slurs, using specifically the term monkey, calling children nappy-headed, stuff like this. Like, even if she's not a racist, she is a colorist at the very least. Like, I'm glad she got fired. She needed to be fired. And Mona, you get no cool points for firing Erica, because at the end of the day, Love and Hip Hop is a bigger issue within the black community that is a whole separate video and topic in itself. The whole show, the whole franchise needs to be canceled. Period.